What is going on, nation? It is your boy C-Ton, coach of your Lehigh Valley Phantoms, bringing you our PWC Season 7, Week 6 team builder against XRN, coach of the Delaware Curum Black Foxes, excuse me. X and I do D-League Power Ranks together. We talk a fair amount, so this is going to be a really fun battle. Really strong battler, so yeah, I'm looking forward to this one a lot. For those of you who are observant, on the right of the screen, you can see our team has a little bit of a new change. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a little video on this or not, but we dropped Flagon, the wasted team slot, and picked up Kabutops. But yeah, with that being said, we're going to get into our team builder and swap over to his team. He's rocking the Mew, Lucario, Tentacruel, Talonflame, Rotom-Mow, Tauros, Zygarde 50%, Skarmory, Stunfisk, Delibird, and Mega Audino. Start off the bat, I'm just going to cross Mega Audino off the list. I'm also going to cross Delibird off the list, tentatively. He really likes Delibird of late, but I don't really see Delibird doing much in this matchup. So I'm going to cross those two off the list right off the bat. Tauros is also a little bit questionable because I have two fighting types, one which speed ties, and the other would outspeed with Unburden Boost. So those three things are the big ones that I'm mainly not expecting. So we're going to go over what we're expecting out of this matchup. Right off the bat, I'm expecting Culverberry Mew. In my testing, I had run into two Tankerberries, which makes sense because I have a Scolipede and a Volbeat, but I think my two Dark types have much better matchups in this battle, so I'm expecting him to be Culverberry, with the coverage of Vacuum Wave, Flamethrower, Willow, and Roost. I think Vacuum and Flamethrower hit enough of my team that it's not really that big of a deal if he doesn't really need Psychic coverage. Will-O-Wisp for obvious reasons because my team is super offensive, and then Roost for reliable recovery. I don't know if he'd be this specially defensive. That's just kind of what my hunch is. He might have more physical defense, like something like this, and then just kind of make him like a mixed Mew. But that's the coverage I'm expecting out of this Mew. I don't think Mew will be his Stealth Rocker this week. I think that will more than likely be either Stunfisk or Lucario. Or not Lucario, Skarmory. Next up, we're expecting Zygarde 50. The set that I'm most expecting is Yache Berry. I have two ice types, but neither of them have necessarily that good of a matchup because he has a Skarmory. So I'm expecting a Zygarde to come, more than likely Dragon Dance if I were him, but I could also see a Choice Band set coming because of Choice Band Extreme Speed doing a ton of work. Speed tier hits 285 to outspeed my Mamoswine, Gardevoir, and now also Kabutops. Yeah, I tripled up on that base 80 speed tier. That's where I'm living. So this is the coverage I'm expecting. Overall, I think this is a strong bring, even with my ice types, because again, he has a Skarmory, which will just wall them. So that's really not that big of a deal if he risks bringing this. Next up, we're expecting Lucario. I was fully expecting Special Lucario, but I talked to two people, and they both told me that Physical does a lot more against my team. So I'm expecting Z-Fighting if it does come as a Physical variant. I think Vacuum Wave set, similar to Mew's, is better personally, but I'm going to go with the vast majority, and by vast majority I mean the two people I asked, and trust that he will bring Physical. And if he does bring Physical, I think he needs to be Swords Dance because I think I wall him pretty much outside of that. Extreme Speed just for priority to outspeed a lot of my teams, a lot of my faster mons like potentially like a really fast Hitmonlee or an Unburden boosted Hitmonlee. Additionally, my Mega Glade. I didn't know what the third coverage move would be because I don't necessarily think the physical move pool is that great for my matchup, but I put Blaze Kick on there because similar to the rest of the team, fire coverage does pretty well against me. I now have a true fire resist in Kabutops, but you can close combat me in the next turn, so that's something to keep in mind. Next up, I'm expecting Choice Band and Talonflame. Yeah, this thing just does a lot to my team. Gale Wings boosted, Brave Birds are really strong. Flare Blitz does a ton. It hits my biggest threat very, very hard. So that's something I'm very much afraid of. Don't really know what other move he'd run, so maybe I'll put I guess Tailwind there. But yeah, I think this is 100% a bring, and I think this is 100% the set that he brings. I guess another one could be Choice Scarf Talonflame, so he outspeeds Autotomai Stela, but I think if he does bring a Choice Scarfer, it would be Rotom-Mow, even though Rotom-Mow still gets outsped by my Celesteela. Anyway, moving on, is Stunfisk, Spadef, just max Spadef to try to slow down my Celesteela, because Celesteela has a really good matchup in this battle. It also would form a pseudo check to Volbeat if he's expecting me to actually bring an offensive Volbeat, which I am. This could be a Stealth Rocker. It could also be the Skarm. I don't think they both do, but I just figured Stealth Rock would be a pretty good filler slot for this mon. So yeah, that's what I'm expecting out of this Stunfisk. Pretty much just a special wall so that Celesteela doesn't just win. But yeah, moving on, we have the Skarm, which is going to be full Fizz Def. There's no reason to be anything else. This is the coverage I'm expecting. Again, Stunfisk could be the rocker, and Skarm could be something else. So this slot could be something like a Iron Head or like a Whirlwind. Probably Whirlwind, to be honest. To, again, slow down Celesteela, slow Scolipede because of Speed Boost and Swords Dance, slow Mega Gallade. Just really, really a strong bring against my team because my electric type is currently Lantern. So yeah, that's doing a whole lot of damage. Yeah, those are the big six that I'm expecting. The last two, this Rotom came in testing, so I'm expecting this to an extent. I don't think it's the best bring, but I think it is a strong bring nonetheless. And then this is something that I didn't see, but I could definitely see coming as an Assault Vest Tentacruel with just a lot of fat to really take on Celesteela once again. As you're noticing, Celesteela has a really good matchup, so I'm expecting him to prep a lot for that. That being said, we're going to go into our team, leading off with Scarf Zoroark, which has a tremendous matchup, especially paired with Volbeat because of the Baton Pass. If I can pass Tail Glow into this Zoroark, and he did not come prepared with at least two forms of priority, I just win. At +3, I kill Lucario. I kill Mew. I don't think I kill Mew through Culpa Berry at +3. I'm actually going to check that out real quick. Zoroark, Nani. Let's get rid of this picture. Against a Mew defensive. Yeah, I can't kill a Mew at +3 through Culper, but if I can get up to +6 with that Volbeat, I'm sending this Mew to another dimension. And by that I mean we're kind of killing it. Yeah, we're barely killing it. If he's max. Mineral is 103, so we're still going to get that kill. But yeah, Night Daze just does a lot of work in this matchup. It would break through the Tentacruel. Talonflame, if it still has its Gale Wings, could be an issue, but I have Kabutops to go into that at that point. Zygarde's Extreme Speed will be a little bit of an issue, and then also Lucario having priority. But again, with all of those, the really nice thing about this Kabutops pickup is that I have weak armor. So if I get into a position where one of my frail mons that loses to priority is in a bad scenario, I can switch hard into my Kabutops and get a +2 speed boost and then be in a really strong position. So I think that's a really strong pickup for my team, especially given how priority weak I am. It'll kind of detour some teams from bringing that kind of set. So hopefully that can pay off and I can kind of scare other teams away from bringing just priority spam against me. Yeah, other coverage move is Sludge Bomb in case that Mega Audino does for some reason come. That's the only thing I don't kill outright with Night Daze at +3. Also that Tentacruel set that I was talking about, the really fat one, but it's a 2-hit KO, and that's all we need, and I just hit the microphone because I'm really freaking good at this YouTube thing. Trick is there as just a way of getting rid of it, get it onto a passive mon if possible. I don't really see myself clicking anything other than Night Days, though, to be honest. Next up is our biggest win con, which is Celesteela. I don't need much special attack on this thing because of its natural bulk, and with the weakness policy that we are running this week, it can be detrimental on its own. Once again, paired with Volbeat, could be absolutely monstrous to my opponent. Yeah, I mean, pretty straightforward set. Coverage is Air Slash, Energy Ball, Fire Blast. I need to get that Stunfisk chipped if it's coming. Same with if I see Tentacruel, I also need that thing chipped because Energy Ball does a decent amount, but I'm not going to be taking super effective damage from the Tentacruel, so my weakness policy will never activate, and then having no special attack investment will be pretty negative for my set. I was initially a defensive set. My entire team was actually different. I'm recording this post game, keeping myself in the mindset of where I was before the battle. But literally right before my matchup, I realized that my prep was pretty poor because it was built around a meme that I'm probably going to bring in the near future. But he had a very easy way of working around that, so I decided to scrap that. X messaged me I messaged X on PS and told him that he sucked, and then he said, fight me, and then I said, give me 30 minutes, and then I scrapped that team and rebuilt from scratch, and, well, not really from scratch, but I rebuilt the majority of it. 4 of the 6 mons changed, and the sets changed. 2 of the mons changed, 4 of the sets changed, sorry. So we have this Autonomous Celesteela. Speed tier is to outspeed Rotom Mow, that is Choice Scarfed. Just max HP. 56 Bidef is to ensure that I live modest T-Bolt from Rotom Mow in case I do miss a Fire Blast, because I'm relying on hitting Fire Blast. I might be able to hit Air Slash depending on how he is playing the battle, but I'll probably have to click Fire Blast there. The max HP allows me to live any variant of, I don't think it's any variant, of Talonflame's Brave Birds, so that's really nice. Just really strong bring. This thing on paper just blows through everything with a little bit of chip damage, so I'm looking forward to bringing this. Hopefully it can put in a lot of work. Next up we have our Rock Lobster, which is Kabutops. And this thing is another mon that's just going to hopefully do a lot of work. It's going to serve as my primary switch into Talonflame to get that weak armor, and then outspeed with Stone Edge. Speed tier is to creep no speed Mew. Well, a little bit higher than no speed Mew. So like if he's running 8 speed EVs and Mew, I will still outspeed. So that's really beneficial. I've actually should have prepped this for that as well. That was poor prep on my part. But anyway, I could have probably taken the 4 in defense. I need the 56 in Spadef though. Alright, never mind. This wasn't poor prep by me. It was just I didn't have the EVs for it. Alas, I still should have been able to try to figure out a way to make that work. Anyway, moving on. I'm regressing. Stone Edge Aqua Jet is all I really see myself clicking. Z Stone Edge still does a ton to his only... Well, I guess the switch-ins could be Lucario, Skarmory, or Zygarde, but Z Stone Edge plus Aqua Jet does a lot to all of them. So I'm running an SD on top of that. Stealth Rocks in case I get an opportunity to put them up. I really doubt that I will, but I didn't really see any other coverage I'd need other than Waterfall. But I was nervous about Special Lucario yet. A couple other scenarios in which I wouldn't get my weak armor boost, so Waterfall wouldn't even be able to be clicked unless it was against the Mew. No speed Talonflame, no speed Tentacruel, but I'm not clicking Waterfall there anyway, and Zygarde 50 with no speed, but he's not going to run no speed. So yeah, I ultimately decided to throw rocks on there just in case I get a chance to put them up. But yeah, moving on, we're going on to Volbeat, Flash, Focus Sash, Tail Glow, Baton Pass, Thunderbolt, Bug Buzz. Looking at switch-ins to this thing, and they don't really exist. With my special attack investment, I have a 70% chance to one-shot max HP, no special attack Mew. It also allows me to one-shot bring a Skarm down to its sturdy at +3. So this thing could put in a ton of work and just really chip down at his team. So yeah, I mean, it's traditional support in Tail Glow Baton Pass, but like I actually see it functioning pretty well as an offensive mon this week. So I'm excited for it to come this week. Mainly looking to pass into my Zoroark and my Celesteela. But yeah, that's pretty straightforward. Moving on to Gallade, which is one of the 2 new mons that joined the team. 252, because he has the Tauros. I don't want to risk I don't want to risk having a speed creep and then him just being max speed. I know X usually doesn't do builds like that, but he might be trying to speed tie this Gallade, so I'm not really going to risk it. Drain Punch, X Scissor, Ice Punch. X Scissor is because I'm relatively confident that he's going to be Colper Berry Mew, so I'm not going to run Knockoff this week. For that reason, Ice Punch for the Zygarde, and then Drain Punch kind of hits Skarmory. If he's the full physical defense variant, though, that'll be a little bit annoying. I'll have to SD up alongside him, and then I have to worry about Brave Birds. Also, setting off Weak Armor could be really annoying to my team, because Weak Armor, Brave Bird plus Iron Head beats the entirety of my team, with the exception of Celesteela. But he can, I don't know, does Skarmory get Natural Gift? I'm just feeding him tech for our next battle. Let's go over to his thing. Skarmory, you get, you get Natural Gift, so you can run Natural Gift Fire too. So yeah, that's scary to say the least, but I think we can play around it with the likes of our special attacking mons. And Choice Scarf Zoroark, I imagine, might be able to outspeed it, depending on his speed tier. Hopefully he doesn't bring that. If he does, I'm just in a lot of trouble. I'll have to bank on Celesteela hitting a Fire Blast. Lastly, we have Knockoff Icicle Crash, X Scissor Low Kick Weavile, for the exact same reason as the Gallade. I was initially Swords Dance instead of X Scissor, but I was afraid. I was pretty certain that it would be Words Colper Berry, and Colper Berry plus Vacuum Wave does a lot to this, so I put on Chople, do some Spadef in there, so that way after rocks I can switch in and take it, get off a nice big chunk with X Scissor, and then go from there. Icicle Crash for the Zygarde, Rotom-Mow, Low Kick for the Lucario, Knockoff for the likes of Tentacruel, yada yada yada. Yeah, pretty straightforward bring. Ice coverage is just really good against his team, with the exception of Tentacruel and Talonflame outspeeding me. So yeah, I could speed creep this for Tauros, but again, I don't really see it coming, so I'm just gonna not worry about it. If Tauros comes, then I'll probably get burned by it, and that's my own fault. So anyway, that is our team builder for this week. I'll put a link to Zern's channel in the description. As you guys know from our D-League Power Rankings, he has a lot to say during his battles, so definitely go check him out. But yeah, until the battle, peace.